All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down how AI is completely changing the value of work and, way more importantly, where you fit into this new world. We're going to cut through all the noise and look at the real, practical ways you can secure your income. So here's our roadmap. First, we'll unpack the big problem, what we're calling the Great Cognitive Collapse. Then we'll pivot to the solution, this powerful idea called the human premium. From there, we'll explore 3 very specific zones of refuge where you can actually thrive. And finally, we'll look at the new kind of safety net that's starting to take shape for all of us.
Okay, first things first. Let's just tackle the anxiety head on and really understand the problem. For decades, the entire white-collar world, the whole idea of a good job, has been built on one single idea.
And that idea is the cognitive wage premium. It's simple, right? You get paid more because you can think, you can analyze data, you can do knowledge work. This has been the absolute bedrock of professional careers for a generation. But, well, that bedrock is starting to crumble.
And this is the crucial point, so listen up. As AI gets incredibly good at doing cognitive labor, writing code, analyzing spreadsheets, all that stuff, the cost for that labor is heading towards zero. And if the machine can do it for free, the economic value of an average person doing that same exact work, well, it's taking a nosedive. The game is just completely changing.
But here's the turning point. This is where it gets interesting, because this very threat is actually creating a massive new opportunity. The old system is breaking down for sure, but a brand new one is rising up to take its place. You see, the economy is basically splitting in two. You've got the cognitive economy over here, it's driven by AI, and the work is super abundant and, frankly, cheap. But then you have the human economy, and what's fascinating is that the rules are completely flipped on their head. What was cheap is now valuable, and what was abundant is now scarce.
This brings us to the human premium principle, and it boils down to this. As AI takes over all the digital stuff, the skills that are uniquely human are becoming the new gold. We're talking about things that require a physical body, a real emotional connection, and trust between two people. That's the new scarce and valuable resource. So, where do you actually find a job and economic safety in this new world? Well, the source material points to 3 main zones of refuge where this human premium is the highest. Let's break each one down. Okay, let's dive into our first refuge. And it's all about the messy, the unpredictable, the highly valuable physical worlds that, honestly, robots are still terrible at. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's called Moravec's paradox. It's why skilled trades, think plumbers, electricians, mechanics, are walking into a golden age. The real world isn't some clean, predictable chessboard. It's chaotic, and it takes a human to navigate that chaos. But here is the really cool twist. Instead of replacing the plumber, AI is actually becoming their supersuit. It acts like a digital assistant, right there with them, handling all the memorization and the diagnostics. This means an average person can perform at an elite level and get there way, way faster than before. And just look at these examples. You've got platforms like ServiceTitan that can instantly pull up the right repair manual, or Jobber, which automates all the annoying paperwork. These tools are handling the thinking parts of the job, which frees up the technician to focus on the valuable, hands-on physical work. All right, on to our second refuge, and this one is built on the single most unautomatable skill of them all, genuine human-to-human connection and empathy. This one demographic fact right here is the engine that's going to drive the care economy for decades. Think about it. By 2030, every single baby boomer will be over 65. This is creating a massive care vacuum, and the skill you need to fill it isn't processing power, it's emotional intelligence. And this is leading to a whole new, kind of wild industry, companionship as a service. You have platforms like Papa, which literally offers grandkids on demand, allowing people to earn a real living just by showing up, listening, and providing that human support. It's a real job now. Now for our final refuge, and this one might surprise you. It's not about running away from AI. It's about working directly with it. And not as a coder or some genius engineer, but as a teacher and a guide. It's a question a lot of people have, right? And the answer is probably way simpler and less technical than you think. This is the new wave of blue-collar digital work. This is that essential human-in-the-loop work that makes AI actually usable. You're basically a tutor for the AI. You're teaching it common sense. And here's the key part. The AI companies specifically need people with normal, average perspectives to make sure their models can actually relate to the general public. They don't want a bunch of tech bros teaching it everything. And the income potential is pretty interesting. Sure, the generalist work pays a decent hourly wage, but if you have a background in something specific, like creative writing or history or even law, you can qualify for these much higher paying specialist roles to help train AI models in that particular area. So, okay, beyond the work you do, how is society as a whole gonna provide a stable foundation in this new economy? Let's look at the emerging safety net, because it's about a lot more than just a paycheck. For a while, the big talk was about universal basic income, or UBI, just giving people cash. But the conversation is starting to shift towards something called universal basic services. Instead of giving you cash that can get eaten up by inflation, UBS focuses on making essentials like transportation, healthcare, and housing free or super affordable. It directly boosts what you can do with the money you do have. In the future, your income security is probably going to look like a stack of different sources. It'll be a combination of what you earn from your human premium labor, plus the value you get from these public services that lower your costs, and maybe, just maybe, even a little slice from payments for the data you generate online. So, at the end of the day, the crucial takeaway is this. The path forward isn't about trying to be a better, faster machine. It's about doubling down on the very things that make you human: your hands, your heart, and your unique judgment. That is the real premium in the age of AI.